We now shift focus to the story which is emerging from down south. After a bitter standoff over the killing of an Indian fisherman allegedly by the Sri Lankan Navy, Sri Lanka and India have agreed to release the fishermen held in each other's custody. This decision was taken during a high-level discussion following the killing of Indian fisherman Cape Britso. The decision also comes after protests by fishermen in Tamil Nadu. The AIADMK government in the state as well as the opposition had both in fact urged the centre to act tough in this matter. Meanwhile, 2 Sri Lankan fishing boats were seized from Indian waters by the Indian Coast Guard on Wednesday. The boat along with 10 crew members were both escorted to Karaikal and handed over to the Coastal Security Group based out of Nagapattinam. This is an issue which has had historical leanings. In fact, both sides, Indian as well as the Sri Lankan side, believe that they have historical claims, and on that account they do tread into waters which are not of their own nationality and thereby come in direct conflict with the law enforcement agencies, whether it's the Sri Lankan Navy on the Sri Lankan side or the Indian Coast Guard on the Indian side. Remember, in the aftermath of this shooting incident in Tamil Nadu, these fishermen, Britso, especially the individual who was killed, the Sri Lankan government has sought a probe and said the Navy will also be looking at this event. We're joined by Deputy Editor Smita Sharma. Good morning to you, Smita. This is an issue which of course has been festering for a very long time. But tell us about just how this breakthrough was achieved, where both the countries have now decided that they will in fact be releasing, and whether or not there's a permanent solution which can be in sight now.
Well, Jugal, in terms of the India-Sri Lanka relations, we have seen it gained momentum over the last couple of years. Narendra Modi also developing, in fact, a personal chemistry, first with Rajapakse and then with President Sirisena. And the Indian High Commissioner Taranjeet Sandhu, in fact, immediately as this news poured in, raised the issue with Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. In fact, there's another meeting that's scheduled today between the two. And the two sides decided it best that, to at least try and reduce the volatility at the moment, because fishermen's issue forever remains a highly emotional issue, which is also tried, to be milked by the political parties in Tamil Nadu especially. So keeping that in mind, in fact, the 85 fishermen in Sri Lankan jails and the 19 fishermen in Indian jails, they are all set to be released. But Sri Lanka is still not going to release those trawlers that are known for bottom fishing. That is a bone of contention because apparently it causes a lot of damage to the seabed and the ecology. But, last November, in fact, we had a ministerial level meeting, Jugal, wherein they decided to operationalize a hotline between the coast guards of the two countries. They also went in for a joint working group on the fishermen. Of course, the fishermen there are still asking a probe in this. They are also threatening that they'll go to the UN bodies in case if there is no probe, because there is a bullet that was found, in fact, lodged in the throat of the dead fisherman. So they are saying that that bullet can be evidence enough and prove the role of the Sri Lankan Navy, which the Sri Lankan Navy has otherwise denied. There is also the historical background to that island of Kachitibu, which, once again, fishermen are saying India should try and acquire from Sri Lanka. So these complicated issues remain. People will have to, in fact, progress with a lot more, in fact, calm and a calm attitude here rather than political knee-jerk reactions.
All right. Deputy Editor Smita Sharma, thank you for joining us with those inputs.